Hello and welcome. Let's dive in and talk about gifts. We'll do like, I don't know if we call them full price gifts. We're going to talk about gifting items I think would be really interesting for folks as well as stocking stuffers. So, a little bit more expensive gift, a little less expensive gifts. We're going to mix them together. We're going to keep it all in a nice budget level. And let's dive in and really power our way through this as quickly as we can. As you can see, if you're with us on Amazon, then down below, the product we're talking about is going to be highlighted. If you want more information on it, you can click on that and it's going to open the product page where you can purchase if you like. And if you're not on Amazon, look in the description of the video. You can come join us on Amazon unless you're watching in replay. And even then, you could go watch the replay on Amazon where you'll be linked to those products. First, we're going to talk about a really cool little power bank. Everyone needs power banks to keep your phones charged, your headlamps, any kind of electronic items charged. This one is from Nitecore. Nitecore is really known as leading the way with ultralight, ultra durable electronics. Like here we see this carbon fiber on each side for a little 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. You see we have two USB-C outs. And where's the button? There it is. If we push that button, you can see it is fully charged. It's super light, fairly durable with that carbon fiber on the side. And because it's got two USB-C outs, it comes with this little adapter that can be plugged in that'll convert it to a USB-A plug. So if you have something you need to charge that you only have that USB-A type cable, you can still make it work even though this only has USB-C ports on it. I have this for backpacking because it is super light, super compact. Nitecore makes really good stuff that's very popular with the backpacking crowd. So that's why I have that one, and that's why I recommend it. It's not a bad price. You are paying a little bit of a premium to get a product that is extra light and a little bit more durable. So if you don't need those things, there are other options you can get. But if the person you're gifting is an adventurous outdoor person, they're probably going to appreciate the extra weight savings and durability of the Nitecore NB10000 Gen 3. That's important that we're talking about the Gen 3 model. So next we're going to move on to another item also from Nitecore, the NU27. It's kind of like the big brother to the typical headlamp. I didn't even tag this one in Amazon. The NU25UL is like the lightweight standard for backpackers. Well, they've adapted that to a trail runner headlamp, and we've gone from two little LED bulbs in here to four, but with the same two buttons up on top. So we have let's see which one's which, a power button. No, I got it backwards. Power button and a mode button. So watch, I'm going to blind you. So be ready. I'll hold the power button to turn it on. That's at one level. Press again, it gets brighter. Press again, it gets brighter. Now we're back to that low level. And if I push the mode button, it's going to change. I wonder if we can see the color temperature changing. We have different, so that's a warmer, that's the coolest, and then the middle. So you have three color temperatures, three intensities. And I wonder, I'm not even sure I'm doing this right because I don't see the turbo and I don't see the ultra low. So there are some additional features here that I haven't figured out yet. Maybe if I hold, that one turns it off. So we'll hold and turn it back on. Maybe if I hold the mode button. Oh, I didn't even know we had a red light. Look at that. It shines red to preserve your night vision. I bet that's your ultra low. I'm looking at their chart here that tells you how long it runs in different modes. I believe the red must be the ultra low. So look at that. We just found something new. We'll hold that mode button again and turn it off. The NU27 weighs very slightly, a few grams more than the NU25UL. Plus, we have one other thing that you're going to find really interesting, especially for someone who camps. It's not the USB-C to USB-C charging cable. That is interesting. It's not the clip that you can attach to the back of the mounting bracket. It's this bag. They call it a diffuser bag. So watch what happens. I'll turn the light on. All right. Now, when I drop it in the diffuser bag, now it works kind of like a lantern. So it's going to diffuse that light out so it's not shining so brightly in any one place. So really neat features. It's the first flashlight I've seen that came with a diffuser bag like this. I think it's pretty cool. It's got a very lightweight but kind of wide strap to make sure it doesn't dig into your head the way some of the small straps, like on this other one, the little bungee cords, can tend to dig in a little bit. All right, moving on. Next, we will talk about, we got some ski and snow gloves. So I've changed the tag if you're with us in Amazon so you can see what we're looking at down there. By the way, we can make this interactive. We've got a comment blank. Let me type a message here and see if we see that. Yeah, so if you're in Amazon, you can see that message popped up. You can leave messages there so we can get a little conversation going. If you want more information on any of the products we're looking at, this ACHIOU, Achio, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but anyhow, we've got ski gloves. So you can see they are kind of tethered together with a little clip. I'm going to take that clip off. So, almost knocked my microphone over. So they've got something I've not seen before. How about this? I'm going to put one on and I'll show you the features on this one glove. So first we have this knit cuff to keep the snow from getting inside your glove, because that is rather uncomfortable. The little clip to hold them together hangs off of one. There's the cuff up under there to keep the snow out. We also have an adjuster here with some Velcro so you can make it tighter or looser. There are some kind of rubbery areas on here so you get a little bit better grip, and it's got a little bit of a curve to it, a pre-curve to match the curve of your fingers. I like all that, but check this out. We actually have a little zipper up here. How clever is that? You can tuck your ID or some money or a car key or something in there so you don't lose it. That is, I'm going to call it brilliant. That's pretty cool. I've never seen gloves like that before. So this is a nice set of ski gloves, and they're pretty budget oriented. That's what I'm going to call them. So if you need a stocking stuffer, and if we're looking for a cold winter this year, we're December 24 when I'm recording this. So we'll talk about a few sets of gloves. That's the first one, the ski and snow gloves. It says they're waterproof and good for touchscreens as well. All right, so the next item on our list, another set of winter gloves from the same company. And this is how they come packaged. So they're kind of vacuum packed in here. I'm going to have to get my knife out and cut them out of the package. There we go. These winter gloves have touchscreen coating up here on the fingertips. I'm going to do just like the last set. Put one on so I can show it to you a little bit easier. There we go. You see some tacky rubber surface coating on the palm and the inside of the fingers, but then when we get out to the very tips of the thumb and each of the fingers, it has a different kind of coating that is barely showing on the camera. Let's see. So it looks like the thumb and the first two fingers here, but not the others, have that coating. That is your touchscreen material. There's none of that rubber stuff on the back, but there is a little bit on the back of these fingers up here. So your touchscreen coating is there so that you can use your devices where you need to touch the screen without taking the gloves off. And I'll tell you, that's a big difference in trying to keep your fingers from freezing, not having to take the gloves off in order to operate your touchscreen. Another thing that's going to really help, especially if you have someone who works outside, maybe they hunt, and where they're out, but they're not moving, they're sitting still for a while, feet get cold, and that is really uncomfortable. So what we're going to talk about next, we've got from Dr. Warm, Own Me, Warm You, it says. If you read the box, it said heated socks. So we have a little bit of a giveaway. And of course, if you're following along on Amazon, you can look down at the bottom of the screen and see the products that we have highlighted. So here's how they're going to arrive in the box. We've got three different things in the box. We have the user manual. We have the accessory box. This is where your chargers are going to be. We'll open and look at that in a second. Let me get one of these out so we can see what we're looking at. There's a remote control with a little protective cover. So we'll slide that out of the way, and you see your buttons for controlling the power and how intense the heat is. I'm going to put that down for now. And then the socks, they look they look really neat. I can feel the wires in here. The heat comes from some little resistive wires that are embedded in the sock itself, and I can feel them. Up here at the top, you have a power button with 3 different light levels to show you what level of intensity that sock is set on as far as the heat goes. And then down inside here, trying to find, actually, this is where you're going to hook up your battery. So now we'll go to the accessory box and let me show you what the battery looks like. So we'll pull that out. So each of these is going to have a battery in it. It says only use the charger provided. Unfortunately, because of the size of these, they don't have like a standard USB connector. It's a little round connector that's going to go in right here. I've got a couple sets of heated socks that use this type of battery. This is actually larger than I've seen on others. This is a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. And the way it's going to work is we've got this little connector. You'll pull the cap off of the top of that and plug this in. There we go. Now it's in, and then we can slide it down in the little pocket and do the button, and then we'll hold the power button to turn it on. And actually, I don't actually want to turn them on right now. Let's turn that back off. There we go. Oh, I think I turned it back on, but that's okay. I'm just going to unplug the battery because I actually don't want to run them. I just wanted to show it to you. So that was the battery in the sock. And then the other thing that's important in here is the charger. And you see you get your wall wart in here, and it has 2 outputs, one for each of your sock batteries. So it's pretty simple. Before you go out, when you need your feet to be warmed, you're going to charge your batteries up, plug in that wall wart and the little transformer with the 2 output wires, and turn on, excuse me, we had a little ding there. Does that mean we had a message? Let me get back on the Amazon screen here. No, I don't see any messages, but feel free, if you're watching, feel free to leave a message. We're going to move on to a different type of glove here in just a second. Let me get these heated socks stowed so they're not in the way, but check that out. They're super long, and they're big enough that I'm not too worried about my size 13 or 14, whatever I'm wearing now, is going to fit in there. And I've used heated socks before. They're absolutely wonderful. And you know what? Maybe the next live, I'm going to bring a heated vest, because I believe that the heated vest is one of the greatest creations ever. Of course, I didn't tag one here in Amazon yet for this show, but for the next live, maybe I'll do a heated vest. So leave a comment if you think that would be interesting and you'd like to see a heated vest in the next one. For now, we're going to talk about grill armor. And you can see it even says in the silicone coating on the glove, grill armor gloves. It says they're good for up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no intention whatsoever of testing that out. Okay. My hands are not meant to be that hot. So I am going to take their word for the heat rating on this. But you know what I can tell you is I do some things where these could be useful. It says grill armor, and I don't do a lot of grilling. I do a lot of pizza making on either a propane powered or a pellet powered pizza oven. And I have been known to touch things I shouldn't when it's too hot. This is a great way to coat yourself up in some protection so that you don't burn yourself. What I can tell you, it feels like this is like a fiberglass or something. I didn't look up what it's made out of, or maybe a Nomex. I know back in the day when I was in the Air Force, our flight suits were made of a material called Nomex. I wonder if this has Nomex in it. I'm going to pull up the listing on the screen that's over here and see if it says. It does say cut resistant. That's important. I would have missed that. So I'm glad that I opened this up to tell you about it. And Aramid, M aramid and P aramid, same as Nomex and Kevlar. Okay, so I was right to say it felt like Nomex. This is Nomex, Aramid, P aramid and M aramid fibers. So pretty cool stuff. Now, what I'll warn you from my experience with flight suits, something that a flight doc told me once was, I was like, man, it's amazing having this fireproof suit. He's like, yeah, but be careful. Superheated fabric will still burn you. So if you let the fabric get too hot, then the fabric will you're still at risk of being burned. So this grill armor isn't a free pass to lose your common sense and just grab super hot things. You still have to be careful, but it's going to give you a little bit of initial protection uh, to help keep you from burning yourself too bad. All right, moving on. Another gift item that a lot of people, they have cars or other vehicles. Oh, I lost this. This rolled away for a second. And they like to keep them clean. They like to buff them up. And this is a set of applicator pads from Viking. And let's open, and I'm going to pull one out so we can take a look at it. This is a squishy foam in the middle. You can see, all right, let me get out to the edge there. It's almost like a memory foam. I think it's an open cell foam. I don't think it's a memory foam, with a microfiber cloth on the outside and stitched around the edge. Not sure. It says 5-inch diameter. That looks about right to me. I don't see my tape measure up here to measure it for you, but that looks about right. So this comes in a 6-pack. This is a really easy one. You know, some of these products, they require a little bit more discussion, but these applicator pads, that's a 6-pack. You probably use one pad to do a normal size car one time before you have to wash it. This could last a while unless the person you get them for is very abusive. Nice little microfiber cloth pads for taking care of your vehicle. So we don't have to talk too long about that. I think this next one's going to be pretty easy as well. Pretty straightforward. This is the wheel brush, also from Viking, same company as the last one. It has a hard plastic handle. The gray parts are hard plastic. The black is a softer rubber, like not a squishy rubber, but it's a little bit more grippy. So this is grippy. This is a little less grippy, the hard plastic part. And then the bristles, you know, that's the part that's always hard to tell when you're looking at something like this. Um, Especially like on Amazon where you can see the pictures, but you can't touch it. These are very soft. All right. Sometimes when I read a wheel brush or cleaning brush for tires, I expect it's going to be real stiff bristle brush. This is a very flexible bristle brush. So if that you think would be appropriate, this is a very budget item for a stocking stuffer or a gift for someone who likes their car and they want to get that brake dust off or a little bit of dirt off of the wheels so they can make their car look as good as possible. Then here it is from Viking. Very, very nice. Anyone can make a hard plastic handle. This has got the rubber in strategic places everywhere that's black to make it a little bit more grippy. Soft bristles so you don't scratch up the vehicle. I'm really digging that one. I think that's a really good gift item, a really good budget and gift item, and quick. These are things that are less costly. All right. I'm not going to talk about prices because prices change all the time. I can tell you that at the point of filming this, there's a discount on the item that we're going to talk about next. I don't know how long that's going to last. Assume it's not going to be there if you're not watching this live. But this is a tongue scraper. It's actually a 2-pack of tongue scrapers, and it's interesting. This must be kind of a new thing. I'd never really heard of tongue scrapers before, and one of my kids actually saw this box recently and said, "Oh wow, I need to get some tongue scrapers." So I didn't even know it was a thing, but apparently it's a thing. So here's what it looks like. It comes wrapped up like this. I'm going to take one out of the package to show you. So apparently the idea, you can see what it looks like here, is you're going to drag it across the surface of your tongue. Like if this was my tongue, you're going to pull it like this from back to front. So from the back of the mouth out towards the front. Don't go too far and key off your gag reflex. That could be embarrassing, right? So you drag it and rinse that funk off of it, the bacteria, the other things that may be living. Hate to say it, people have people can be kind of gross. We have little bacteria and other things growing and living all over the place, including on your tongue. A tongue scraper is good for taking care of that. So these are made out of stainless steel. It's a 2-pack, and it's a very budget friendly stocking stuffer type gift. It could also be a passive aggressive gift if you want to tell somebody got bad breath or something. I'm not saying that's what it has to mean. I'm just saying that I always look at things from that angle and find them humorous. So next we've got some little, what do we want to call these? It says they're called spiral hair ties. All right. I just took the lid off of this so I'm just going to get one out. There are, well, you know what? Let's get a bunch of them out so you can see all the different colors. Those are all the different colors. All right. So this is closer to brown, more of a copper. This one I'm going to call gold. That's maybe kind of a platinum-ish kind of color. And then a clear here. So we got a little bit of stretchiness to it. It says stylish, non-stick, waterproof, durable, no crease. I thought they were scented there for a second, but I don't think there are. There are 10 of them in here from Basic Concepts. And I've let you down. They're little hair scrunchy things. I can't demonstrate this for you, okay? I'm trying my best. That's all I can do for you. I apologize. I should have known better. All right. But if you have someone who actually has hair who needs a stocking stuffer, this could be really good. And I let you down. I'm sorry about that. We're going to move on because I don't like dwelling on my failures, like not having hair to demonstrate the little hair scrunchy thing. I don't know that I'm going to demonstrate this either. A precision eyelash curler, because I'd probably like poke myself in the eye or something. One of my kids has one of these. She likes to curl her eyelashes and actually really, really likes this. I think it's the same brand as what she has. This one is kind of the extra fancy in that, oh, look at that. It comes with some precision tweezers as well. They've got that nice little grind in between so that they're going to grab very precisely. But look at this, rose gold colored. If I'm not mistaken, they make a couple different finishes. So click on the little thing if you're on Amazon and you can see them. So what you do is you get your eyelashes caught in the little gap right here where my finger is. All right. And then when you squeeze this together, it's going to make them kind of bow back a little bit so that they have a little bit more pronounced look to them. It makes them look like you have longer eyelashes. So, yeah, not something that I personally use. But again, one of my girls has these. Actually, both of the girls have a set of these and use them regularly and really like them. So again, stocking stuffer, if you got a young lady or a young at heart lady that you need to buy something for, this is a very budget stocking stuffer option from Basic Concepts. I almost got the name wrong. From Basic Concepts, the Precision Eyelash Curler. Next up on our list, we're going to go back to Viking, the company. We've looked at a couple things from them for car care type stuff. We have glass towels. They're microfiber towels that are made specifically for, I said auto care. This could be for your house or apartment or anything. Any place you have glass that you want to keep clean, you can use, they call it Final Shine microfiber. You can use this to get the best finish. We have a 2-pack here, not to be confused with the former rapper Tupac. Different, completely different. This is not Tupac. This is a 2-pack of microfiber towels. You can see we have some texture on this side, and then it's a little bit smoother on the other side. So this is the side that you're going to put towards the glass to do your cleaning and wiping. And you may still use like a paper towel or something to with your initial pass to get all the dirt off, and then use your microfiber to polish it up and make it look beautiful. Once again, I have targeted a lot of very budget-friendly products, and we try not to talk about prices directly because prices change, but I will tell you, very budget-friendly stocking stuffer or gift for anyone who has glass. The mirror in your bathroom, the windows on your house or apartment, the windows on your vehicle, anything like that. These glass towels could be exactly what the person you're buying gifts for is looking for. All right, we're going to move to something a little bit more pricey, but as I'm recording this right now, it is on a 14% discount. Who knows later if it'll still be on a discount? But for today, and I'm showing some things I didn't tag, like this Neewer backpacking clip and the little aluminum cage around my Insta360 Ace Pro action camera. I carried a GoPro for years, and one of the things GoPro doesn't have is a selfie screen. So check that out. If I want to self-film, let me turn the power on here so you can see what I'm talking about. If you want to self-film, you get the selfie screen up here, and you can actually see exactly how you're framed. It's also got some information on the front here that tells me that I'm right now shooting in 1080p at 30 frames per second, 16 by 9. So that's your standard, HD kind of landscape layout. This says I have 10 hours, 53 minutes left, and the battery is full. Tons of information on here. If you want to film the other way, you can turn it around, and here, let's get that out of the way, and you can see me filming myself here. So that selfie screen's part of the reason that I got it. The other big thing is I saw some color saturation demo videos side by side with a GoPro and a DJI and the Insta360 Ace Pro, and the color saturation looked better, and all of them have pretty good, what do we call it? Image stabilization. But this actually beat the GoPro. It beat the DJI, whatever that current model was. It really, it won on everything. Only thing I didn't love is it's a little bit bigger and heavier, but I sacrificed a little bit of weight to get the better image stabilization and color from the Insta360 Ace Pro. It is a waterproof action camera, shockproof, even though I put it in a cage anyway, just to give it a little bit of extra durability. I've taken it on a couple cruises. I've taken it to the beach. I've taken it on a big backpacking trip out into Mexico. It's been rained on, hailed on. It's been underwater. I've used it to film a bunch of product videos for some pool cleaners where I put it on a stick and pushed it way underwater to see the pool cleaners. And it did amazing for everything. It'll go up to, what is it, 8K? I think it goes up to 8K. I know it does 4K at a pretty good frame rate. So let me see. I'm going to go 1080p, 2.7K, 4K, and 8K. 8K is only 24 frames per second, which is kind of a cinematic, but put that. I generally shoot in 1080 for just a little casual stuff. And, I can go up to a much higher resolution and reasonable frame rate if I need to as well. All right. on the gifts, not the stocking stuffers, but on the gifts. Oh, look at that. My buddy Defense Dad is out there. Thanks for stopping by. You see Jeff people. You do. You do. Absolutely. So anyone watching on Amazon, if you have any questions, there is a little type a message thing on the screen. If you're anywhere else, you could type your stuff and I'll see it here in our StreamYard console. So we're going to go to something that is I can't put that one on the screen over there, can I? No. The gun snob says, "Oh snap, it's King Jeff." Well, I don't use that title on Amazon, by the way, but I do want to show you something here that I think is really cool. You give this to someone, they may call you the king for giving it to them. I gave one of these to my parents, and this one is HD streaming video. My parents have got birds and a bird feeder in the backyard, but they only have one tree left in the backyard. It's way back in the corner, and they couldn't really see what was going on. If they walk out to try to see the birds or the feeder, the birds fly away. So I said, "Oh, I can solve this for you. Let's get you a bird feeder that has a high definition wireless camera built in. So you don't have to be there. You can lay in bed and watch the birds fly up and eat at your bird feeder." It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And I am unpacking the box right under the camera here so that you can see it. I've had this out to shoot a video and I packed it back up. I'm not going to do the full assembly, but I want you to see, check this out. There's a little thing that sits out here that the birds can land on, a perch. But then you fill this clear bit here all the way down, gets filled with your bird food. And it's going to spill out into this area. And look at this, the camera, you can adjust it up or down a little bit. Oh, the foam block. I wondered why it wasn't moving clearly. For shipping, there's a foam block in there. So you can tip it up or down to get exactly the angle that you want. And the camera is sheltered under this overhang. So it's not going to, it's much less likely it's going to get water on it or anything like that. Up here, we have a solar panel to power the camera, so you don't have to have it plugged in. This is super easy and convenient. It's got the mounting base is down in here where you can screw it into a wall, strap it to a tree. You got a bunch of different options there. This is one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. It's not as budget friendly as some of the other things on the list by any means, but it's cool. It is absolutely cool. I know my parents are thrilled with the one that I gave them. And I can't decide if I want to give this one to someone. I want to keep it for myself. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping it for myself, but we'll see what happens. So anyhow, bird feeder with a Wi-Fi camera, but that's only part of it. Check it out. AI bird recognition. It's smart. It's connected to the internet. It'll help you figure out exactly what kind of birds you're looking at. All sorts of cool stuff. There's an app that goes with it so that you can control everything. Again, not cheap, but arguably worth every penny, in my opinion. Just an absolute cool device. Okay. Talking about cool devices, let's see if I can find the one that we're going to talk about next. I've got a few of these, and they're different models from the same company. Let's see. The gun snob says, "Wait, people feed birds?" So it will tell me if it's a chicken or a turkey. The gun snob lives on a farm, by the way. So I don't know if it'll tell you that, gun snob. It probably will, but I'm not actually positive. Okay, not this one. We're gonna look at this one first. I am not going to be demonstrating this for you. It is a ceramic bikini trimmer from Lady Spot. It says gentle and powerful. All right, how does this open? We got a couple of these. This is the, what do they call it? Barbie pink or something? Is it Barbie pink? It actually says Barbie pink. I wasn't sure that they could actually say Barbie pink, but apparently they can. And when it says ceramic, what it's talking about is the little cutting blades that are up in there are ceramic. They're white, they're not steel. The ceramic, I think, has a little better corrosion resistance, if I'm not mistaken. You can see we have a guard on it. There is the white cutter right up in here. And we have one power button, and you see the power meter down here. And that's it. See if you can hear it. I don't know, sometimes the noise canceling takes that out of the audio. I don't know if you were able to hear that or not, but it was running. Here's your little charger port on the bottom, and it came in the box here. In the bottom of the box, that's your charging cable, and you have a manual. So as far as kind of mid-range gift, this could be a stocking stuffer. This could be a gift that you wrap and put under the tree. That's up to you and your price range. But if you know a woman that trims her nether region, then maybe a ceramic bladed bikini trimmer that is cordless. You plug it in to charge it, but then you unplug it to use it as a battery in it. That could be a neat gift for them. Or if you like being passive, aggressive, maybe this is a good gift as well to say, hey, Wookie Bush, get that under control. I don't know. Would I say that? I don't know. But you might. Who knows? Who knows? All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Oh, this is exciting. My friends know that I get excited about. See, I'm about to go down the rabbit hole. So we have here Defense Dad talking about the last item. Who would wear a ceramic bikini? I know, but apparently they need to trim them if they do. The gun snobs. Yeah, we'll come back to some of those. There's so many things I could comment about this. I'll just leave it alone today. Can a man not use this one? We're going to get to that in just a minute. Okay. Bear with me. A couple products down, we're going to talk about the nether region trimmer for a man. But for now, we're going to talk about my nuts. All right. It's exciting, isn't it? When I say my nuts, I mean the company O Nuts sent me some nuts. So the nuts are mine now. And also some fruit. So this is their extra large fruit and nut tray. It comes in this box. So if we take the lid off, we got a couple cool things in here. Number one, this is everything that's in it. So it has dates, apricots, pistachios, pineapple chunks, strawberries, dried hibiscus. I didn't even know that you could dry the flowers of hibiscus, but apparently you can. Pears, plums, almonds, peaches. What does that say? Oh, papaya chunks, cranberries, dried apple rings, kiwi, filberts. That's a type of nut. California apricots and Turkish apricots. I didn't know those were different. Golden raisins and roasted salted cashews. I get worried every time I read the word golden for fear of what they may be talking about, but that's a whole nother discussion. Here's how it looks like when it arrives, and it doesn't look bad right here, but this is like not been rearranged for display. So all of my nuts are right here in the middle. Yep. It's not often I get to say that live when I'm on video, but the nuts are in here. They're wrapped in plastic. So to prepare this to put out, you're going to rip that plastic open and dump the nuts right here in the center section. Here are all the dried fruits around here. And I actually got this to take to my family's, the extended family Christmas. We're going to set this out so as people are arriving, they have something a little healthier. I know my mom's going to be upset because she likes to put cookies out. This is a option for people who are trying to eat cleaner is some dried fruit and nuts. All right. It'll be weird if my family wants to put my nuts in their mouth, but that's why I'm bringing them. Yeah. So that's enough talking about my nuts. Let's talk about, if I can figure out where I put it. Nope, that's not it. I am having, I don't want to say an organizational crisis, but I will say that I cannot locate the next product. I'm going to click it. It is a wall charger surge protector with USB. I don't see it. I bet it's right off camera. Hang on. Yes, indeed. Sorry about that. I thought I brought it over here, but I left it on the shelf. Here it is in the package. And let me open it up and show you because the package really doesn't do it justice. All right. This is another one of those stocking stuffers that, or gifts, however you want to do it. It's priced for what I'd probably call a stocking stuffer. Anyone who has a house that has outlets, I'll take the protector off the back. Here's how it works. You plug it in, you take that center screw out of the outlet. This is a little guidepost that goes in the little ground post on the bottom. So it's going to block off two spots in a traditional AC outlet in the wall. You put it in place, you run this screw down in the middle, and now this is semi-permanently attached. Like it's screwed into place. And it's going to give you 5 outlets, 2 here, and then 1 down here, and then 3 USB-A outlets and 1 USB-C outlet. And you can see there's a little light around the screw here to tell you if it's got power. So really, really cool, especially if you have people with lots of chargeable devices, the devices that charge off of USB. So you're not going to pull any data through there. This is just charging ports for USB, but 3 USB-As, 1 USB-C, plus 5 more. And you saw how they were angled so that if you have things that have transformers, little wall warts, they're not going to be right on top of each other. So there you go. From the company, Quinn Lane, something like that. I don't know. There it is. I think that is, again, check it out down below. Super budget. If you're on Amazon, check it out down below. Super budget option. All right. We are at a point in the year when this is being filmed where people are putting up Christmas decorations outside, and a lot of those things require power. So let's talk about how to safely put those up. And a digital yard stake timer allows you to not have to go outside to turn them on and off all the time. You can let the timer do that for you. And it's important that you use things that are rated for outdoor use. So when I say safe, that's what I'm talking about. It's rated for outdoor use. So here is what it looks like when you're going to get it. Your stake to mount it on comes in pieces, so you can drive it in the ground, and you're going to attach it to this little post down here at the bottom. You can operate it via this remote. It's actually just clipped in place here for now. So you can be in the house, but go up to the window and click this, and it's going to change your settings out here. We have 3 of these on one side, 3 on the other for a total of 6 outlets. Look at that. It looks like a little house. Is that cute or what? This isn't, it's actually not as much as I thought it would be. You've got your little, where is it? Here it is, your power button down here. So you can turn it on and off. And then for your timer, you've got a sensor mode. So when the sun comes up, it'll shut off. When the sun goes down, it'll come back on. And then you have 2 hour, 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour for your timer. So you got a bunch of different options there. It's going to light up right here to show you when it has power. That is your little light sensor right there. And that is your quality control sticker. That's not a sensor. So this is made to be outside. So instead of using just a standard, what do they call it, extension cord, and risking someone getting shocked, use something that's rated to be used outside. To plug all your stuff in. Let's try to, I mean, I can't say it's safe because it's all in how you implement it, but let's try to have an eye towards safety and use these things appropriately. All right. But that's something that, maybe you want to get that for someone a little bit before Christmas gets here. Something that you may want to get to give as a Christmas gift is something that's really going to help again with power distribution. So, oh, it's back here. Again, same company as we just looked at. Dewin Wheels. So some of the names of these brands I struggle to pronounce because I don't read good. So I'm going to take blame for that. Let's see what this one looks like. Here's how it is. Here's how this is packaged. So if you want to give it to someone, I'd like to say hi to Shane. So I see your note. It says, I was today years old when I realized you could watch stuff like this on Amazon. Yes, you can. And I've only been doing this for I think I started last Friday, and I did one last Sunday. I said, you know what, that was fun. I'm going to do another one. I like talking to people and helping them figure out what products are going to help them. So we got arrows here that tell you crank it this direction, right? You have, let's see if we get the studio lights to cooperate. You've got an extension cord under here, and you see how that's unreeling on the front here? When you're done and you want to put it away, oh, get that out of the way here. You're going to turn it the direction of the arrow, and it's going to reel it back up inside. You see how that works? On the front, this is the super cool part. We have your on-off switch. We have two AC outlets up high, two a little bit lower, and then the USB, two USB-As in the center, and it says they are 3.4 amps. That means you can get some power through there. So really, really neat little thing. It's got a handle up top, some feet on the bottom, so it will set. I'm going to use this in the garage because I can plug in. I've got some more modern things out there that can be powered off a USB or charged. Like some of the shop lights I use have a battery in them, but they need to be charged periodically. I don't have to have a transformer to plug in to get my USB power. I can plug it in right here. Plus I have 4 outlets. Really cool extension cord reel is what they call it. If I didn't own this already, I'd be upset if someone didn't buy it for me as a gift. All right. I like it. Oh, and it looks like I moved on to the next item. Let me select that for you again. And yeah, the next item is also kind of a tool thing. So you got a little preview of that down below if you're here on Amazon with us. So again, some really cool gift items I would be excited about. The next one is something. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one now. This is a cordless drill driver, but it's a hammer drill. So it's a little bit better than a regular cordless. And here's what it looks like. It's got a light down here. So when I pull the trigger, well, now I want to wait for the light to go off. It'll be on for a little bit. Here, we can just take the battery off so you can see how that works. Here's how it slides up. You slide it back on and lock it in place. You see this little tab right here. In the bag, there's a belt clip in here that I could put on either side. I don't use a belt clip, so I left it off. But now watch when I pull the trigger just a little. Yep, that light comes on. So it is a variable trigger pull. So the harder you pull it, the faster it spins. So I can make it go super slow by just pulling a little, or I can pull faster. I can pull real fast. Yeah, so that's really cool. We have a toolless chuck up here at the top. So if I put it on reverse by pushing that button with my thumb, I can, oh, let me see. I can loosen to take my little magnetic bit holder out and then push this the other direction and hold it. And you see how it's making this smaller? So that's how you tighten it down on a drill bit. I want to put this back in. Let me go a little further. So I'm going to hold. Right, there we go. Tighten it back. We have a speed control here, lower speed and higher speed. That's how it must have a gear inside that moves because it's a RPM setting. So if you're drilling steel, maybe you want your drill to spin faster, you're going to put it in the higher RPM setting. If you're drilling through wood, you're going to move the other direction. You have a hammer drill setting up here on the top, as well as a driver setting. That looks like a screw set if you're running screws in, or you can turn it here to the drill setting, which is going to work appropriately. I'm going to put it back in the drill setting. And then the outer ring here has different clutch settings. So this says 21. That's going to hold it as hard as it can. And then you go back the other direction to 1. That's going to be very little resistance. So look, it's not spinning at all. So the clutch lets go real quick so you don't strip screws out. So that's what it comes with. Rubberized handle, rubberized up here for impact protection when you drop it, not if you drop it, or at least when I drop it. It comes with a bunch of little bits of different shapes and sizes, a bunch of longer bits. You already saw the magnetic bit holder that I have installed. Lots of cool stuff. And I didn't bring the charger up here to show you. That's out in the shop. But there we go. Very cool. The company, Hichika, I'm not sure. However you say that, feels like a premium drill. It's not quite priced like a premium drill. If you're thinking about getting one of those really expensive premium drill drivers, I think this 20-volt battery powered cordless might just be the option where you can save a little bit of money and still give them a really good drill as a gift. All right, moving on. All right, we had a question earlier that said, who was it? The Gun Snob asked when we were looking at the Barbie colored bikini trimmer. The Gun Snob said, "Can a man not use this one?" I'm not going to tell a man what he can or can't do. Yeah, that's up to the man to figure out what he's comfortable with. So let's see. I got a couple of them here. Which one do we want to talk about right now? The Army Green one is the one that we're going to talk about. ManSpot Manscaped trimmer for men. I'm going to read this to you. It says it is a ball, pubic, and groin electric trimmer. So there you go. Army green. It's actually a pretty good army green. You know, what we might call olive drab. I have seen recently, saw some guitars that were supposed to be painted army green, and it was not a good army green. So again, we have, this is similar to that Barbie colored woman spot in that it has a little guard on it. We've got the ceramic cutter, but check out the little light up there. We can turn it on and get a little bit of light so we can see what we're doing. So I'm pushing this single button. There's only one button up here. One push turns it on. 2 pushes turns the light on. 3 pushes turns it off. We have a USB-C charging port in the bottom. That's really cool. I like things that charge on USB-C. Really, really do. We've got a couple larger guards sitting down here in the bottom of the box, a USB-C charging cable, and also, how did I not see this? Do you see the little dots in the bottom beside the USB-C port? That's for this. This is a charging cradle. Oh, this thing just keeps getting cooler. So you drop it in there when it's plugged in, and it's going to charge via those contacts, the 2 little silver dots. Yes. Okay, this is really cool. I think my balls are going to get some attention tonight from this, from ManSpot. All right. I'm excited about this. Of course, I'm going to hear about this when the wife, fortunately, the wife doesn't watch my videos much because she has learned over the years that I do things that embarrass her. I know it's shocking, right? So she doesn't watch a lot. If she did, I'd probably hear about this because some people are made uncomfortable by talking about trimming your balls with a trimmer. And that's one of the reasons I love this as a gift, is because it makes people uncomfortable. All right. So I might actually give this to my father just to see him squirm when he opens it. When we're talking about giving gifts, right? That's what this show's about, is we are talking about giving gifts to people. Oh, I've got the boxes backwards. That's why it didn't want to go together. I think it's one of those passive aggressive gifts where maybe the person you give it to says, wait a second, is my bush out of control? Is that why you're giving this to me? I don't know. That's between you and them. Like, I'm not going to judge and get in the middle of that. Here's another one. If since we're talking about Wookiee bushes, I think it's usually the ladies that care more about that. Here we saw the Barbie pink. This one is a different shade of pink. Do they say what they call this one? No, this one is marked Barbie pink as well. That is clearly a darker, I'm going to call that magenta. If you watch Dora the Explorer back in the day, uh, Dora, or no, it's Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues had the little magenta colored stuff. I think Dora did too. That is definitely magenta. This is going to work just like the other one. It's a ceramic cutting blade. We have a guard on here, single button. You push it, you see your charge down here at the bottom. We got 3 bars of charge, and that's it. Very simple. So if Mama San's Wookie Bush is a little too much, maybe a ceramic bikini trimmer is what is on the menu as that passive aggressive gift stocking stuffer, however you choose to do it. It could be a loving gift. It doesn't have to be passive aggressive, right? You can frame the presentation of this whatever way you like. It can be helpful, it can be thoughtful, it can be passive aggressive, it can be humorous. Maybe you throw that in the white elephant rotation at the office. No, that'd probably be a bad idea. But it depends on your office, right? So it's down there. I just switched it over so you can see the Lady Spot electric razor for women. If you're watching in Amazon, the product is tagged below. Let's move on to the next one. Flat socks. These are no-show socks. Figure out where they are. Here they are. Yep. Flat socks. No slip, no stink, no show. So the idea here is pretty simple. If you don't want, let's see, how do I get this out of here? If you don't want your socks to show, then these can do that for you. There we go. Got it out. Let me see if I can figure out how these work. These are interesting. I didn't understand what these were until right now. This is neat. This is the bottom part. What do they call it? The inner cushion in your shoe, and you can trim it to whatever size you need, but it has sock material on the top. So if you want to wear your shoes without socks, they'll get all funky because the insoles will absorb all your foot sweat and stink and everything. Well, here, this can absorb that sweat and funk. And then you take it out, you toss it in the washing machine. So when you put it back in the next day, it's like putting a clean sock under your foot. See, I thought these were something a little bit different. This is far cooler and more interesting than I thought it was. And it's really budget stocking stuffer price. Certainly take a look at flat socks. Very, very clever and innovative. Seriously, it's a sock permanently attached to a thin insole. So you just pull it out, wash your sock and insole so you don't have to wear socks and your feet and your shoes don't have to get funky inside. All right, from Quantum Energy, I'm changing our product down here in Amazon. We have energy squares. All right, it's a variety 8-pack, and we have 4 different types, and they're color coded. So let me pull one of each for you. Salted peanut butter crunch. We have a yellow, peanut butter dark chocolate. Let's see, orange. That's going to be caramel almonds. I said caramel because that's how we said it where I grew up. Caramel, I think, is how civilized people say it. Caramel almond sea salt. And then what other color do we have here? That was 3 of them. So that means we have one more. Ooh, every one of these looks amazing. This is dark chocolate pink Himalayan salt. All right, so those are your 4 different flavors, and it says good energy whenever, wherever. It has 10 grams of protein, natural caffeine, no crash. If I look at, let me get these back in here. If I look at the back side here, 210 calorie, 200 to 210 calories. They do have some sugars in them, but they also have 10 grams of protein each. So if that works for the type of diet that you're on, those flavors look really interesting. I can't, like, all of them sound equally really good. Salted peanut butter crunch may be the one that I'm least excited about. Dark chocolate pink Himalayan salt and caramel almond sea salt. You know what? I'm going to get one of those out to eat after this broadcast is over. I said I wasn't going to do it, but the caramel almond sea salt, this one is going to stay here on the desk. The rest of these go off camera over on the shelf. So let's see. I'm going to try that out. These are a great stocking stuffer, in my opinion. All right, now for something very innovative. Another thing that I didn't understand what I was looking at first. You may say this is called intake, and you may look at the package and the guy on the front of the box and think, I know what this is. This is one of those adhesive nasal strips that you put across the bridge of the nose, right where it's a little bit flexible, not on the bone part, just below the bone, on that part that, see, you can hear in my voice change when I collapse that part. That's when you collapse it. That part is flexible enough that the old nasal strip things that would go across, the adhesive on each side would pull up and widen that nose cavity a little bit. And in theory, it's great for athletics, but it'll help people not snore so much when they sleep. This is like the newer high-tech version of that old technology. Like they have evolved. It's not just a little sticker that sticks on anymore. Look at these. We have different sizes. There are 4 different sizes of nose bridges. So let me grab one of them. And they have magnets in them, by the way. So you're going to set this over the top of your nose, and it's rigid. It's not flexible. So it's by itself, it's doing nothing. It's just sitting there. But the magic of it comes when you use this little magnetic applicator to push the little mounting point into place. And I'm actually going to open and show you one. They're in a sealed package here. I'm not going to put it on camera, but I want you to see what it looks like. These little, they look like Band-Aids, but they have the little, I guess it's a little piece of steel or something inside, because this has a magnet, right? You see the little metal magnets up here? Now watch, see how that sticks to it? This is an adhesive like a Band-Aid with the little piece of metal in it. So you put one on one side, one on the other, and you actually put it on using this little magnetic pusher device to make sure it's on there flat, and after you have wiped all the oils off the sides of your nose. So you put one of these on each side, right? And then when you put the magnet up here, it magnetically grabs onto these little metal discs and pulls up so that it opens up that nasal passage. And yeah, so that should help with snoring. It should help get some airflow going in there a little easier. You know, I wasn't going to use this. I may actually have to, if it helps with snoring, then we're going to do a little testing and demonstration with my wife tonight, because I hate to say it, but she snores a lot. So this could be what saves us from intake breathing. This is the starter kit. It's got 15 days worth of those stickers. That's the part that that you're going to toss every day, but then you keep the arch that goes over the nose. Pete is out there. He says, is this live? Well, it is right now. Yeah. It is not recorded. It's being recorded so people can watch it in replay. But for the moment, it is actually live. All right, we're going to move on to, this is what I'm excited about, okay? Because I can't stand being cold. So if someone gave me a pair of these for the holidays, for Christmas, for a birthday, whatever, I'd be absolutely thrilled, because I hate being cold. From North Yard, these are men's fleece line pants. They're athletic pants. All right. So can you tell? Oh, can you tell? I like athletic pants. This is what I wear around the house all the time. This pair takes it one step further, and it's what I'm so excited about. Fleece lining. Is this the coolest thing you've ever seen, or what? I'm digging these. And again, oh, look at that, a little reflective patch on the back pocket. So we have a zipper pocket in the back, which you don't have any money, you can put your wallet back here. If you got a lot of money, you probably don't want the big bump back there. Side pocket with the fleece inside, also with the zipper. So if you're doing athletic stuff where you're bouncing around, you don't have to worry about the stuff coming out. The other side pocket has a zipper as well. Let's see, what else do we have here? Really nice kind of athletic cut pants. Yeah, these are really well done. I like these with a drawstring at the top. But the big deal here, again, we're looking from the top, we got a fleece lining. Let's go to the bottom of the leg and see what it looks like there. Look at that, fleece lining there too. All right. Sorry to get so excited. I know they're just pants with fleece lining, right? Well, they're pants with fleece lining at a pretty reasonable price, and they got zippers on the pockets. Like, they got a lot going for them. I'd be happy if anyone wants to get me something for Christmas. I wear this type of pants around the house all winter, so I could use a few more pair if anyone wants to get me some, or get some for yourself. Give them as a gift. That would probably make someone really happy if you give them a pair of fleece-lined athletic pants as a gift. If you're on Amazon, the link is down below. If you're on one of the other platforms, look in the description and you'll see the link to Amazon where you can come watch this and have the actual links to products down below. All right, let's move on to the next product. Another set of winter gloves. Here they are. And these are going to be similar to the last set that we looked at, in that we've got the little rubber on the inside. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to be George Costanza, the hand model. I'm going to put this on so you can see what it looks like. All right, backside, nothing but the brand name, Achiu, something like that, Kazun type. No rubber grippy stuff on the backside, and that looks really nice. They kind of look like your classic wool gloves. I don't think it's wool. I think it's a synthetic fiber. The black part on the finger, and thumb, that is your touchscreen sensitive part. And then on the bottom, all those little black triangles and then the logo in the middle are a rubber that's added to give you a little bit of grip. On the inside, you can see it's kind of fuzzy. So they feel wonderful. Like, I really like these. If you are looking for a quick, very inexpensive stocking stuffer type gift, a pair of these gloves could make someone happy. Like, you go from zero to hero in one pair of gloves, just like that. Right? Not saying you're a zero, but if you feel that way sometimes, I'm just giving you a way to get around that. Now I'm going to show you something. My friends at Streamlight have come up with something really cool. So this is very similar in form factor and everything to a slightly longer version of the old, what was it? Maglite had the little mini Maglite that had 2 AA batteries. This is similar in size, like diameter to that, but it's got some upgrades. So number one, we have kind of the tactical button back here on the back. And they have the 10-tap technology, which I'll be honest with you, you got to read the manual to use the 10-tap because there are different tap codes. If you press a certain number of times, it does different things. I'm far too impatient to remember all that. So I pretty much just turn it on and turn it off with the little clicky switch on the back. We have a belt clip. So if you're like me and you like to put it in the top of your pocket and clip it in there, like that, then that belt clip works well for that. We've got the LED bulb on this end. All of that's kind of standard for an EDC, kind of tactical type light made out of aluminum. But here I'm going to show you the part that is a little extra special. We're taking the tail cap off, and then when we pull the battery out, check out the special battery from Streamlight. And where is the part I'm looking for to show you? There it is. You see that? It says USB-C right here by my finger. That little slash is a USB-C port. So you plug it in there. You plug this battery in. Here, I've got a USB-C cable. Let's see what happens. We plug it in, and that little light comes on. It's red. That means it's charging. When it turns green, it's done charging. Is that cool or what? This is the size of two AA batteries end to end. So if you run it dead and you can't charge it right away, you can take it out and put a couple of AA batteries in, and it'll run on that. Otherwise, you can recharge it and put it back in, and then you're back running off of the rechargeable battery. So as usual with Streamlight, I've got lots of Streamlights. I've never had one fail. I can't say that about some of the other brands that push flashlights out and get a lot of people promoting them. Streamlight doesn't send these out to a lot of people, and they're better flashlights in my opinion. So this one is called the ProTech 2AA-X USB. All right, it's a lot of letters, really cool flashlight. If you're on Amazon, check the link down below, and you can go get one for yourself. You can get one and give it as a gift. I mean, seriously, I don't want to say don't. You live your life however you want. I'm giving you gift ideas. You can buy them for yourself if you want to. I'm not going to judge you as far as you know. So that covers all of the products we had for this time. Let me scroll through and tell you real quick some of the different options. You know what? I don't want to go back through the list. You can go back and rewatch this. If you have any questions about any of the things we talked about, I think I missed one of the Man Spot ball trimmer personal groomers that I was going to show you. This one is in airy blue. This is the bonus. I didn't even tag it. That's what it looks like in airy blue, because color's important when you're trimming your balls, apparently. I don't know. What do I know? Thank you for joining me. Please watch it in replay. And if whatever platform you're on, give it a like, give us a follow, and do the little notification so you can see when we go live. I'm going to do another one here pretty soon. Through the holiday season, I plan on doing every couple days, I'm going to do another live to show you cool things that I think are going to help you, and especially during the gift giving season. So until next time, thanks.